Hello everybody and welcome to the Stanley Parable. This is a game that I was recommended to play where you basically follow along with the narrator and you can either choose to do what he says or make your own decisions. So I am very excited to play this game. I watched a couple of basically brief Let's Plays. It was a couple minutes long, just kind of sharing what this game was about, and I am really excited to jump in. So let's begin it. I really hope, from what it looks like it's going to be a really funny game. So I'm really hoping it's as good as what the hype is. It's not the newest game. It came out in 2013, but again, I think it'll be a fun game.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
Hey, that's the date of my birthday.
Number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-winning, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
All right. So, let's see what we're up to here. So, fun fact, my birthday is 4/27, April 27th. That's kind of a fun way to start this out.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
So, like I said, you basically get to choose whether or not you want to listen to the narrator. So I'm going to just look around here for a little bit and see if we can get him to say something else. Ooh, a computer. Alright, we just turned it off. Alright. We'll keep going. Ooh, these controls are not the easiest. Doors locked. Doors locked. All right. Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Awesome. So this is basically where I think you get to start making your own decisions. We're going to mess with them. We're going to go in the door on the right. We're going to see what happens.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Okay, so he's... Oh, this is a pretty nice employee lounge.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
He is right, it is a pretty nice room.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
First open door on his left. But there's a door there. What do you think we should do? Should we go left or should we go straight? Let's keep messing with him. Let's go straight. We're going to see what he does.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Alright, so the narrator's starting to get a little sassy. We must be pretty short if this desk is right here. Because this is us crouching. This is us standing up. Must be a little guy. So we can't go back. We'll keep going this way. Ooh. This is interesting. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift, $5,000. Will cause death.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Ooh, we got a girl.
Stanley, your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Who's been waiting? Stanley's got a girlfriend. Oh, it's pitch dark in here. Oh!
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
What is going on? This game just started getting weird. Picked up the phone. 427. We're back at the start.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven.
I like bread.
All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Ooh.
Gotcha.
Oh!
Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Ooh. So we can either go straight or go inside. We'll listen to him this time, because this is interesting. Oh! Sheesh.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
What? Press J on your keyboard.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
I'm not going to press X this time. I'll press V. Oh, I have to press X, okay? X.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Ooh, let's watch some TV.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Press E to spend some time with the boys.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Can we press something else? I don't think it lets us. Nope.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Ooh.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Oh, should I do it? I don't know if I should do it or not. It says do not do it. I'm going to do it.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself? I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again.
Whoa!
And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I
That's... I don't... What just happened? This is... So I wonder if there's like a whole bunch of different endings, if that's just one of the kind of game. Okay, yeah, so this time we'll just go...
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, so there's a bunch of... must be a bunch of different endings. So we'll listen to him this time.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Alright, we'll go that door this time.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Rip Franz. Alright, what's his board say? Not cost efficient! Who moved my desk? Alright. Make sure your slides has a slick blue graphic. Okay, everyone is unique. You most of all. Alright. Let's keep on rolling. Ooh, okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Should we let's listen to him every single time this time, and we'll do all the alternate endings later on.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him, and so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But
Okay.
of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
You couldn't possibly have known this. These ceilings are enormous. Man, okay, so 2845. I bet there's a code in here. We put that somewhere.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Oop, there's some numbers over there. Oh, okay, here we go.
2845.
Oh my goodness. Should I put the right code in, 2845, or should I just do something random? I'll just do 4 2s.
But it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
It's a perfect narrator. Where's the door at? Oh, it's over there. Okay. Like I said, these ceilings are enormous. Okay, so this is kind of interesting. Seems like there's a lot of options in this game so far. I'm really liking it, though. It's pretty interesting. It's something. It's not like anything I've played before. Oh. All right, we're heading down.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
All right, everybody. This is where we will leave the first episode of the Stanley Parable. Thank you so much for watching. I am Amortizer, and if you are enjoying what you're watching, feel free to like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you, and have a great day.